And I'm hoping that you're thinking about leaving with me tonight. Good day. Good afternoon.
Hello.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn this
Hey
Hello.
What's
Welcome
going
back.
on?
Welcome back again.
Welcome back.
We're on
welcome
episode
back,
8.
welcome
Episode 8 of Who Makes the Rules. We love to say it.
You do.
So guys, this is a wonderful thing. And we have just want to let you guys know because I'm on Instagram right now. We're at 141 followers. So
Okay.
keep it coming out. Keep it coming. We're trying to hit 200 by the end of the month. So
Period. To tell a friend, to tell a friend.
Yes, to follow us on Instagram.
And stop playing.
Thanks.
Right.
So you know you want to be lit with us.
Right?
Hashtag Sakaéla justice.
Do not kill me. Oh my gosh. So if you haven't listened to last week's episode, we did talk about gender norms and more specifically, well, the start was about dressing and women versus men's clothing and why there are labels put on these things. So for what you're saying, we asked on Instagram, do you agree with the gender-based attire, aka clothes for girls only and clothes for boys only? 11% said yes and 89% said no. And then we had another question, do you believe that there is a double standard, as in women are able to wear pants but men are unable to wear skirts? And 71% of them said yes. 29% of them said no. And we've had a response to the
wait.
agree?
Before you move on, I just have
Yes.
a comment.
Sure.
If you said yes to the first poll and no to the second poll, then I'm confused. No shade. I'm really curious.
I am as well.
Genuinely. Because it's very confusing because if what's the first question?
Do you agree that do you agree with gender-based attire, yes or no?
Right. So if you don't believe that clothes are specific to certain genders, then how is there not a double standard?
Right. I said it backwards, but yes, exactly.
Period. Let us know.
We're confused.
So we got a response to that first question, do you agree with gender-based attire? And then he said people should be allowed to do whatever they want, but some things have specific purposes. Based on research and studying the human mind, we know that estrogen and testosterone are very different. So women are more likely to see the elegance of a dress and appreciate it for what it is, where a man is more likely to appreciate what that dress does for the woman. Sometimes it's legit just our DNA. Women wear perfume to attract a man or because they like the scent, or men wear cologne to attract the female because they like the scent. And if that is the case, shouldn't cologne and perfume be labeled as okay for both if it's purely based on the taste of the individual? Which again, I think that's low-key the same thing in it. Like, why is there if a man wants to smell florally or a woman wants to smell a little bit, I guess, is it musky, then who's to say that I can't wear some Dior for men or I don't know, perfume and cologne like that there, but same thing. So shout outs to you. Thank you for interacting with us, giving us your thoughts.
I have one little comment that said, A, I love you lot. This podcast is beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's so
I
nice.
These guys are laughing
one.
because I bet they know who said that. No? Okay, never mind.
Yes, I know. And I love you too. Real one. My friend messaged me and she was catching up. I can't find the messages now. But she said she was catching up on the pod, and she said she's really enjoying it and it's really cool, and she feels like she's sitting here talking with us. And I love when people say that to us.
Yes,
right?
We get that a lot.
We do. That's
well,
like
all
the whole vibe. Yeah.
Right? We're giving
hey
that
besties.
Vibe, we love to see it. So guys, that is what you're saying. If you ever want to interact, like I said, follow us on Instagram so you guys can interact with our stories, our posts, whatever the case is, whenever we do talk about the episode that just released. If you want to even just send us a DM after you listen to it, if the post hasn't been up yet and you just want to tell us about what it is that you heard or want to talk about or discuss on the podcast, do so. Talk to us, guys. We wanna talk to y'all. So like reach out and interact with us so that we can follow us on Instagram. Our rules are pointless. Even send us a tweet. Shoot, we don't be getting no interactions on Twitter. Tweet
follow
us
us on Twitter, guys.
You know what I'm saying? Just interact, y'all. We're trying to build the community up in that. But we do appreciate y'all that do talk to us, and we would like to see that continue to grow. So guys, thank you for your input.
Hey guys, so this segment of the podcast is called We Love to See It. That is where we celebrate people like you, people that are just doing dope things that we love to see. So who wants to start out today?
Me, because I just want to make sure that nobody has my person. Okay. So this week, I want to shout out Nkosi Hollis, aka the Curry Love, because he's doing great things, and I love him, and we stand him over here. He is our fave. We
definitely do.
I am and Nkosi stan, and he is my fave. And I just saw on Twitter yesterday that he's gonna be in the Bermuda Music Festival. It's virtual, so I'm waiting to figure out what's happening with that because Sakaéla's gonna get her ticket. Period. We're gonna support. Period. So shout out to Nkosi. He's a great individual. To the Curry Love, a great individual. His aesthetic, his vibe, his fashion sense, his voice, his face, his just everything. Just everything about him is just great. And y'all should go stream his album Renaissance because it is a piece of beautifulness. Every song, it's a masterpiece. It's just
very much obsessed.
He is just everything. Great. I absolutely love him. Everything about him.
I met Nkosi when I was doing the Color Purple with Chika. I don't know what Sakaéla's whispering.
She's trying to she's trying to promote their covers on YouTube.
Plug the little cover we did.
There are two.
Well, promote the covers, girl.
We did two. We did two covers last summer.
Beautiful. And John Legend commented on one.
Then you did. It was insane. So y'all should go listen to them. Just saying.
Check it out.
He's great.
So anyway, I was saying that I met Nkosi at the Color Purple when we were doing the Color Purple with Chika, and he has just watching his transformation has been so lit because he was so, I don't know if he was timid, but he was just quiet to himself. Have a little joke here and there, but just to see him fully walking all that he is just honestly, I'm obsessed with that transformation. Unapologetically himself, like he's coming and everyone else is gonna have to make room because
literally
he's gonna go.
And that's how it should be. That's exactly how you should be living your life. You are who you are, and everybody else is just gonna have to get on board or get out the way. Period. Also, I want to say that I've never actually met Nkosi, but I guess we're like mutuals, and I have been admiring him from afar, from behind these guys because they're friends. And then the last time I was him, he works in the airport, right? So I was in the line for the airport and I saw him and I was like, oh, I want to go to his counter, but whoever he was dealing with was taking forever. So I went to some next person and then I was upstairs and I was on my phone and I heard somebody say my name and I looked up and it was him and I was like, oh my God, he knows me. And I was really excited because like when never met, he was like, hi, Chakara. And I was like, hi. And I was really excited, like low-key starstruck, but like, honestly, it's just such a whole vibe and I feel like we're friends now and I love you. Okay, bye.
He's great.
I love that.
We love him.
This week, I want to shout out someone that is kind of mainstream, but like I am just obsessed. I want to shout out Chika. One, because I feel like she's going through a hard time right now, but that's a whole nother story. So send her prayers, good vibes, whatever. Just, lift her up. But I listened to her EP, on the regular, and it's such a vibe.
So I just wanted to tell you guys to check out her EP, Once Upon a Time, and then just play a little snippet of one of these songs. Man, she's lit. So this is Chika, FWB.
love. I just need your touch, yeah, I wanna feel, but I ain't tryna trust. Know you pussy down, so I'm tryna give it up when you want it. I can quench your thirst, babe, mean that in the worst way. Make a nigga feel like it's his birthday. I don't fuck around, I never slay. But if you really want it, then I gotta get it back. Nobody, gotta nobody. We can keep it extra tight. Don't need my soul crowded, just my phone mounted. Boy, if only for the night. Please don't get ahead of it. I'm here for the benefits. Roll it up and we can catch.
So yeah, that is Chika FWB from the Once Upon a Time EP. You guys go stream it, check it out, and yeah, Chika's just an ultimate vibe. She's so lit.
Such a
I'm
vibe.
obsessed.
I love that song. It's on heavy rotation. And she's hilarious. And watch her Tiny Desk and follow her on Instagram.
Oh my gosh, yes, like her. I'm literally obsessed. She did a cover from Hamilton. I was gonna play that today, but I was like, okay, I mean, not overdo it, you know. But yeah, Chika Stan. She's just amazing. So shout out to you, sending you all the love.
She needs
That's
it.
me. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am the queen of repeating who we love to see, and I don't care. I make no apologies for loving to see the same person I loved to see last week. Gaynate Jones is a gem. Okay? I'm back.
Gaynate about to be sick of us.
Listen, I am back again because I used the Best Period Cup for the first time, and I thought I was going to come here with a success story, but I'm coming with reality. As a first-time cup user, I have been struggling, and she has been holding my hand the entire time, okay? And I just want to shout her out for being super patient with me and even proactive, because it's not even like I was coming to her crying. I was just like silently struggling, and she was just like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, listen, I'm having a hard time. And she's like, it's okay. It's okay. You're going to have 450 plus periods in your lifetime. It's okay if you take 1 to 3 to figure it out. But I promise you, once you get it, you're never going to go back. And like, I'm determined to get it because I already don't want to go back because like, come on. I want to have the best period. I've had enough. I've been suffering for a very long time and I'm tired. But yeah, she's just been really, really helpful. She like, it's the sort of thing that you want out of customer service. Like you want to feel taken care of, and it's difficult to expect that from people who are working in customer service because they have to, not because they want to. But this is her product. It's something that she believes in, something that she genuinely cares about, and it shows. And I just love to see that from her, and I love her. And okay, thanks.
Yeah,
I'll
shout
see
out
you
to
again.
Gaynate.
Nice, brilliant.
She is. She's a whole vibe. So that is the end of the We Love to See It segment of the podcast. Please, like we said before, check us out on Instagram because we do highlights of what we talk about on We Love to See It, so you know exactly where to follow and find all the things that we talk about. Also in the show notes, you can also find the links to what we talk about as well. So yeah, check us out at Rules Our Playlist on Instagram, and that's all.
Hey, and we're back in the ghetto. Welcome
Sakaéla!
back. This is the segment where we talk about all of the things that is going on in the media, on social media, in the news, and just in this ghetto place that we call Earth. So, who's going to start us off with their ghetto things for this week?
I could start because I'm gonna start on the most grossest note. Mine is like, ugh, what is happening? So I just want to. It's so disgusting. Like I just struggle. But anyway, Jonathan Mattingly, or however the heck you pronounce his second name, is one of the officers involved in the death of Breonna Taylor, and he has now decided that he is going to write a book. He's going to write a book about the shooting of Breonna Taylor. As if it wasn't tragic enough. As if he didn't kill an unarmed black woman, or just a black woman in general, who was sleeping, like, the racists, you know. Yeah, and the publishing company, so the publishing company have said, we don't want anything to do with the distribution of this book. So I don't know how he's gonna work around that. But Jonathan, please, as if you have not caused enough harm, just pain. Pain.
Leave us alone.
Leave us alone.
I'm
Honestly,
trying to capitalize off of.
Because it's bad enough that she didn't get any justice. Like, leave us alone.
Exactly.
Honestly.
You should just be lucky that you're not locked in prison or dead yourself for the rest of your life. And you have the nerve to want to write a book, like, my guy.
At this point, no justice, no peace means no justice for our martyrs, and we don't get to rest in peace.
Yeah.
It's like literally, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Literally.
Please. You're disgusting, and I hope.
Honestly.
Yeah, just please.
How many people did he have to go through this idea, and no one thought to think,
like, who approved this?
Who said, not be a good thing to do? Everybody say yes.
But
yes, this is.
Are we surprised? Because that's what always happens. Like, we always see just crap, pure shit on TV and just in life, and we're just like, who approved that? Like, who thought this was a good idea?
Let's say to Post Hill Press, who signed the deal with him, you can also go to hell. Yeah. Yeah, go to hell. And anyone that approved it. Gross. So that's me.
Really. Well, I'm gonna just slide in right after you on the same note. On the 11th, literally like a week ago, another young black man was killed by another white police officer. Rest in peace to 20-year-old Dante Wright, who lost his life over a traffic violation. Like, where does
I feel like that was so I mean, obviously it's unjustified, but like he had a fucking air freshener in his.
Yeah, so he got pulled over for air freshener, and I don't even know what happened, but she's saying she mistook her gun for her taser. First, no, you didn't.
How?
Because one, they don't wear the guns and the taser on the same side. 2, a taser does not feel like a gun. 3, the tasers are bright ass yellow. Like, no, you didn't.
Anyway.
But she's been charged for the murder. So hopefully, we can only hope, even though history has proven that. I mean, she didn't get fired. She was put on administrative leave, but she did resign. She's been charged, but history has told us that we don't get justice.
It doesn't really mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's so exhausting. It's just
truly
like
is.
Oh.
I even saw there's a game that's gonna be created about a black father and son that got pulled over by the police, and then you have to make decisions that might choose that whether or not they live or die. Like, how are we not making this?
Yeah,
this
America
we're
is
capitalizing off of black
trauma right now.
Wow.
What the heck?
That's where we are.
Fucking insanity, man.
Anything Dante Wright was mixed, yeah. So I saw on Twitter some white girl was like, "Oh wow, I thought my son's half whiteness would protect him from police."
Oh,
just gross, like just
ignorance at its
very, very ghetto, and I hated her.
God, just stay away from white people. White people are like
truly, man. I've had enough.
Mine is very much lighthearted. I mean, I guess it's not light. I mean, I'm pretty sure you all have seen the video of the girl or Jocelyn's show that.
Oh my gosh!
The 2 babies, and then the bitch said, "Damn,
this is a double homicide thing."
Oh my gosh!
Honestly,
I've been crying at that since I saw it. Because it's like, What made you think to just say that? A double homicide. Just like, bitch.
I would have fought her
Like,
one
what
time.
really possessed you? Reality TV, you know.
And then she
You
went
just-
to talk about, oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Right?
Like, you
You
already
thought that was
said
okay.
it. You already,
thought that was okay.
it landed, sis. We heard it.
Double homicide. And I'm just been seeing it all over Twitter now, just.
Everywhere.
No,
You know, black people love
Black
to make a
people
joke
can,
out
like,
of
just
everything.
take nothing seriously.
Nothing.
Somebody said they're no longer gonna say they're killing two birds with one stone. It's damn double.
It's a double
from now
homicide.
on.
Oh, man. But shout out to sis. Like, obviously, she's in pain, you know? That's sad, but,
Right?
Yeah.
like,
Sorry. What
damn.
possessed you to
My
just...
mouth
And it was
dropped.
so quick, too. Like,
Yeah. Because I saw people saying double homicide, and I was like, I don't know what this is. And then the video, I just randomly
saw
watched
it.
it. And then my mouth, I literally was like, she did not. She did not. I said, damn. You are the heartless.
terrible. Ruthless.
Terrible.
Jeez.
Oh, Twitter. Love that up.
Listen. So that's it for the ghetto, guys. If you listen, follow us on Twitter at WMTR Podcast. And if you see anything that's ghetto that you want us to talk about, send us a DM.
Yes, or just add us.
Come on, interact.
Or just, y'all
Come
tag
on,
us on it.
interact. Tag us. Send it to us if you don't want people to know that you tagged us or something. Like, I don't know. Just
Right.
come on, interact. Don't be scared.
Show us the ghetto-ness, please.
We want to
and
hear
thank
from you. Please let us know.
Send us a laugh, please, and thank you.
We love to laugh.
Twitter's jokes.
We love it.
Jokes.
But yeah. Share with us. That's the ghetto, guys.
Hey guys, this is just a trigger warning to let you know that on this episode of Who Makes the Rules, we'll be touching on subject matter including pedophilia, rape, sexual violence, homophobia, and transphobia. Alright guys, so we're on the next section of Who Makes the Rules, the meat and potatoes of this podcast. So it was supposed to be my day to give the Who Makes the Rules question, but over her on Who Makes the Rules, we got our first guest, and
First guest.
I'm excited because we kind of like manifested this, spoke it into fruition, because we've been standing goyz for forever. Well, you know, for as long as they've been around. And yeah, welcome, goyz, our first official Who Makes the Rules guest, Sakaéla and Dreezy. Welcome.
Hey,
Thank you. We're happy to be here. Enjoy the
I'm
Kyle.
beaming right now.
talk Swami.
What's swerving today?
Served on Goyz Lane.
No,
Oh my God. Who makes the rules is serving on Goyz Lane on a
Right?
Sunday. Oh my God, love that.
It's lit.
I think we're all just a little starstruck because it's nice to see you guys be a day and then you
I know.
reach out to us. I'm like, really? Know you guys, but happy we do now. But like,
Yeah.
what you guys are doing is like awesome. And the fact that you're all in 3 different locations and then you're pulling it together and you're having these conversations.
Hey, we love to
Thank
see
you.
For
Oh,
sure, for sure.
Thank you.
Definitely love to see it.
Yeah. Hey,
How do we say?
Can y'all tell us a little bit about how you got started? How did Goyz come into fruition?
you want to take that one, bro? Or you want me
Hey,
to
where
get
you
it?
going? Tell them.
Well, during the first wave of the Rona, I had been at regiment. Kaya was, like the rest of Bermuda, quarantined, and everybody was home and all of that. So we had started discussing, like, previously, like, some things that we could do together, because we had started our own YouTube channels and kind of doing those things, but we wanted to do something where we could both be involved. And Goyz, sitting on the couch having our lovely meetings that we always used to have, and Goyz just kind of came about. So that started in April, and I bought a camera after a lot of convincing from Kaya, like, bro, you need a camera. You need to get a camera. We gotta get it going. I'm like, I don't really do cameras. I don't really know what I'm doing. But, a bro came in and was like, look, man, I'm gonna teach you all this stuff. We're gonna get it real, and then Here we are now.
Here we are.
We was ahead of ourselves.
We was.
Sorry.
We really
But
was.
not you starting in April and look at all you've done. Like, what the hell?
Right?
How?
Right?
What type of magic?
Yeah.
Like,
It's just we were sitting on this for such a long time before it
Yeah.
came out. Like we had all the content. We had set up the photo shoots. Like us doing that with Queen Heights was like amazing because we wanted to work with her so bad, and she just saw this as like a collaboration with us, and we're like, we don't deserve that. Like
Are we
want to pay
hurt?
you, we need your help. Like but people's been just giving such a outpour of love to us, and it's just we know negativity could come at any second.
Yeah.
right.
What is
We're
like
not blind to that.
we're not blind to it, so it's nice to see all the good before or whenever eventually, because what we're doing is there's a lot of conversation about it, and there's either you love us or you hate us, because it ain't no in between. You love
Not
it
your
or you
her
hate it.
regardless. So.
No, but like in our community, what you lot are doing is so important, because in our community, it's not really supported, or it hasn't been. I think it's starting to be supported now more so than it was. It's always been like pushed away, and I know a lot of the older community are still kind of like that, but it's really good to see how we're evolving, and we're just like questioning all of the things that are in place. Like, why is that a thing? Like, why is this such a big deal? Why is that a problem? So it's really good to see how much is coming out of that. So like, we're just really excited. I've been watching your YouTube videos, just standing.
Listen, I binged them all last week before last. I binged every single one, and I'm just like, season 2, I need it.
Right, like we're season 2. Come on, let's go.
And even the teasers, the faces that I've seen for season 2,
I know.
Wait.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait.
It was a big difference between season 1 and season 2, and kind of the way that things are going. And I think you guys are going to enjoy it equally, of course, but I think we stepped it up a little bit as well. We knew a little bit more about what we were doing and how we wanted to do it. And the kittens that we had, man, that's some pieces of work, no cap. Like, they was wild. They was real wild. So,
I cannot wait. All right. So I guess it's time to get into it then. So what are you guys bringing to us? What are we discussing this week? We've been a little nervous about this topic, control issues or whatever. I know Helly always gets nervous when she doesn't pick the topic because she doesn't know what we're talking about, but we've been really excited to see what you want us to talk about this week.
Right.
So what's the WMTR question?
Get into it.
That's all right. So I think it entails what we've been talking about all this time, right? You guys ready for this?
Who makes the rules?
That gay women. that gay women are more accepted than gay men.
I want to tell you, everybody was like,
season 1 to season 2, guys. Season 1 women, season 2 males. It's different. It's very different.
Yeah,
What
it
we
is.
do.
Hey.
That's a good one.
That is a very good question. Wow.
That is a very good question. Why are gay women more accepted than the men?
Well, is it because women are over-sexualized?
Probably,
So, when two women are doing something sexual, it's like, oh my gosh, this amazing situation. And that's purely because the way that the world views a woman, based on her image and what she can do for a man. What Sakaéla's all talking about, like the patriarchy. Just man having this ability to kind of dictate what a woman does with her body, dictate if it's beautiful, if it's ugly, if it's a standard, like it's up to par. Men always have that ability to do that. So because a lot of men are uncomfortable acknowledging males being gay, males doing what they want with their bodies, and them not having control, it would then, I assume, would be the reason that men are so shamed, about being in same-sex relationships. But yeah, that's just my first little spiel.
Also, I guess on the flip side of that, it could have a lot to do, still under the umbrella of the patriarchy, it could have a lot to do with the way men are raised and the idea that's put into the minds of what a man should be. So
Right.
like, yeah, women are little playthings, something to look at and enjoy and just to make man happy or whatever, where a man is supposed to be this solid, strong thing or whatever. And then when you see men being feminine, that's wrong.
Right.
So it's more acceptable. Yeah, exactly. Who made the rule on that? Like, why can't people just be who they are? Or like, why can't men be feminine? Or like anywhere on that spectrum? Because like there is no set like ideal or standard for what a person is. Like the man, woman, like the whole line. Like we fall in different places. Even if we're all very similar, we fall on different places on that spectrum. So who decided that men have to be masculine or they can't be feminine, and like two women is okay? Like even like how guys are always talking about how they want threesomes, or straight guys are always talking about how they want a threesome, but it's always gonna be two women.
Two girls.
Yeah, like why?
I mean, well, I think I totally agree with you guys on why it seems to be more acceptable, because yeah, if a man finds something sexy, then it's totally okay. It's completely okay now, because him as the masculine, as the dominant or whatever, what I say goes, pretty much. Like, okay, so yeah, two women, bang, I'm all for that. Yeah, you want the threesome, you want this, you want that. But when it's a same-sex male couple, you don't find that attractive. So because you don't find it attractive, now it's no longer acceptable.
Exactly.
And no, all of a sudden it's wrong.
It's so wrong and all of that. And I'm like, hey, bro, I'm not saying you have to agree. I'm not saying you have to like it, but you can respect somebody as a human being without getting into all of that, because people only want to see it as a sexual thing. It has nothing to... Being in a same-sex relationship has a lot less to do with sex and then the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're attracted to the person more times than not just what's hanging or not hanging between the legs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So when people only bring it around to that, I think that's what also causes an issue, because they only think of it in a sexual sense.
Yeah.
I'm very curious as to whether there's a difference in the black community and the white community when it comes to same-sex male couples, because obviously you think of how guys get so uncomfortable. Even on Twitter, you see these stupidest things that they get uncomfortable for. Oh, I can't eat a banana, I can't eat a lollipop. I be watching niggas try to eat a popsicle and have to break it. Like, is it really that deep? Like, so I wonder if like on the other side, if it's the same way. Like, why do we have this notion in our minds that two guys together are so yuck?
Yeah.
But two girls, it's like, period. I want to see that shit. Like, can I join?
Can I join?
Can I
and you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised the amount of guys who are like, yeah, man, so I can't come in. No, sir. This party is just for me, thank you. Like, if you want to drop off your girlfriend, okay, but no, you're not coming. They still try it, even though we're masculine women. Like,
right. But I think with black feminists, it's been generations of shame when it comes. Like, for me and my dad's family, I'm like the first gay person out. You know what I mean? And that was a hit for him to think, okay, no, I'm gotta be the person who's gotta explain why I'm got the only one and no one. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they act like we're abnormal, and
yes,
you know, it's hard to be looked at like that all the time. Like that's how people treat us.
What changed about me because you know who I'm attracted to? Because I'm still the same person I'm always been. But now that you know this bit of information, I'm all of a sudden an alien.
Oh my god, we talked about that on a previous episode, because there was this whole thing where this gospel artist, he posted on his close friend's Insta story, and it was a video of him kissing a guy, and some asshole recorded that and shared it with the public. So, and then everybody, like the whole Christian community, was up in arms because he's gay. Well, not the whole of it, because like the younger people were just like, why would you do that? Like who records close friend stories? But like there were people who were just so distraught by the fact that he was gay, and I'm like, why? Like, one, you're focusing on the wrong thing, because what we need to be focused on is the violation of his privacy, because this was shared with close friends, and now the world sees it. Two, on the backside of that, what changes? Like, what about him changes now that you know his sexual preference? Because this has nothing to do with us. Like, so what changes for our lives? Like, why? I don't understand why people are like that.
What is the deal with the church and homosexuality? I think that has nothing to do with your spirituality or your religious beliefs. Okay, so yeah, the Bible says this, the Bible says that. However, everybody's so concerned about what the Bible says when it comes to homosexuality, but people eat meat, they eat that pork, got that ham for Christmas.
They have sex before marriage.
You have that premarital sex. You curse.
There's a lot of adultery happening.
It's a lot of adultery. The sanctity of marriage is so ruined by being homosexual, but you don't even respect the clause. Like,
no, but I
don't get it.
But I wouldn't even I don't classify us as a sin. That is crazy. We are not a sin. And the fact that I have to compare me to a sin and why my sin, like, this is not a sin. I don't live in sin. I'm a great person. You feel me? I belong with my girlfriend more than I belong with that nigga from West. You feel me?
You mean the one that's gonna slap you side the head and treat you crazy?
Who are you to tell me who I should be with? Man, you don't have to be. It has nothing to do with you. But I would say I do not live in sin. I don't feel like what I do and what I am is wrong. Because if it was a choice,
it's not.
I was watching an episode. I can't remember who it was with. She had the fade.
Tiara.
You know who I'm talking about, and she was talking about how.
Yes, that's the alien.
Oh, I like
yes,
that.
how she she had a friend who had a child, and then once she found out that she was gay, her friend started to move as if she was, and I don't understand how the two get so.
How do they correlate?
How
it just makes me so angry.
It's really frustrating, honestly.
No, it's and it's sad because we ourselves, even though we know we are not pedophiles, we have to be. And me and Judy talk about it all the time because girlfriend's got a daughter. We have to be very mindful of everything, like every single thing. You know what I mean? Was I alone with her? What if they said something and then it's like my word against the word, or like you don't even want to put yourself in a predicament,
right?
You know, because
you have to defend yourself.
You immediately look like the bad person because now that I like the same sex, that means I like little people. Now that's what that means.
The saddest part about that is that, like the people that are pedophiles, they just get to slide under the rug because they're not gay, because they're not, like just dumbness. Like, pay attention to the real culprits. You know,
focus
just
so heavily on all of the wrong things. Honestly, in Bermuda, period, like not even just the church, pedophilia is not taken seriously at all.
Listen,
no, that's the crazy thing, right? We get looked at, right? People put a magnifying glass on the gay community, and they want to out gay people all the time. People,
you're just minding your business.
I saw that. I'm minding my business over her. However, you're telling me the uncle that's been molesting kids down the road, we gotta protect him. Nobody can know who he is. Nobody can know his name.
Can't know his name.
Can't know his name. Nobody wants to put a picture up of that. But you kissing another man or whatever the case is, oh yes, that needs to be exposed.
Yeah.
But need to pray for that.
But
make it make sense.
After Uncle gets caught the 50th time, put him in jail for 2 years. Like, what?
2 years, no rehabilitation. You just stir
make it make
until
sense.
You get out and do it again.
But there's gays. Once they're gone, it's over for them. Like,
what really baffles me about straight people's opinions on gay people is we have no idea what this is like. As a cishet female, I have no idea what it's like to be othered, because I'm what I'm supposed to be. I'm what society says I'm supposed to be. So I have no idea what it must feel like to be attracted to a woman and not be able to love her openly,
to just love her,
right?
To be pushed, constantly pushed to chase after some guy that I don't want to be with. I have no idea, and I will never be able to understand that. And just realizing that I will never be able to understand that. Like, I have some sort of sympathy, I guess, because like I can't understand what that must be like. Like, I cannot imagine the depths of the things that you guys have gone through to even be where you are, and now to be living openly and unapologetically what you are still dealing with. Like, so the fact that people who have no idea just have such strong opinions on what you should be and feel so confident to say this to you just really just blows my mind. Because like, imagine it on the flip side, if homosexuality was the norm.
Ciao.
Like,
you know, I think Todrick had a song about that, about if the things were flipped, if being homosexual was normal and being hetero was the different thing, how would you feel about it? And I mean, Kaya and I had a conversation all the time, like, you know, we get, and most of our judgment comes from straight men who are, I mean, I don't know if they're upset that we get to be masculine and feminine, and they just want to be able to be more feminine, but they're afraid to, whatever the case is, I'm not sure. But why are you coming at us in this sense because of the fact that we are who we are? They tell you to be who you are, but then when you do it, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So,
be yourself,
how
but
am I
not like
supposed to
that.
play this? Yeah, right, be yourself, but not like
Not that much. All right, bring it back.
Why?
Make it make sense.
Come on, guys.
Make it
I don't
make
talk about the
sense.
fact that y'all deadbeat daddy. I don't know.
Come
I don't
on.
bring up the fact that you ain't never supported your kids or y'all woman beater. Or I don't bring those things up because it's not my business. Do I agree with any of it? No, but it's not my business. It's none of my business.
It's none
Your
of
life
business.
has
Mind your
nothing to do
business.
with
And
me.
what is the theme of Who Makes the Rules?
Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Leave
people alone.
We love to
That's what I'm
see it.
saying. We love this.
We
Like,
love to
why
see
you
it.
can't
'Cause
just mind your business?
I feel as though we are part of this elite group that stands to be themselves regardless of what the world thinks. That's me and Dreezy. But I feel like we were being I don't know if you guys curse on this, right?
Yes,
We do.
please.
We was being
Probably do.
half-assed by just saying that we're gay. We was being half-assed by just being who we are. We are no longer half-assed because we started Goyz. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Because now we're just on a pedestal and we're in the spotlight to receive anything right now. You know?
Right.
Someone really hates us. Someone really don't like what we're doing. Someone is vexed that we're about to have all these gay men talking about the experiences and how they came out and what they struggle with and what they like. Someone's mad to see that. You feel me?
And why?
And we had to show it. We had to.
It's
The
needed.
gay man needed to earn season. They didn't need like a little second, because when we saw that Kid Cudi post about Kid Cudi in a dress when he was performing, you know, and I think a Bermudian put it up or whatever, and it was a bunch of Bermudians that commented, and I noticed that half the people that commented were following me and goyzlane. And it's like, okay, this is the topic because they think it's okay. They think we're okay and that men are not
But not
okay.
they,
And
right.
me and Dreezy, we're just fighting for men half the time. We're fighting for them to have the same freedom as us. Because I get really disappointed if someone disrespects a gay man, or someone is hard on him, or someone, he has enough on his shoulders.
I love
He
it.
has enough because he can't be feminine. No one's letting him be feminine. But look how masculine I am.
And it's
Right,
cool.
And it's okay.
How many guys guys come and hail you up? Yes, Bradley, hey, I got all the girls, all that, and it's cool. The minute a gay man walk up, oh, that effing faggot, and
It's really
But they gotta
terrible.
be
It's
quiet
really
about it, because
terrible.
if you see a lot of the gay males in Bermuda that are in the spotlight and are popular, they are not talking about being gay. They are not being activists about it. They're not making it easier for people behind them. They're kind of like quiet and trying to fit in. You know what I mean?
trying to
And
just
it's
pass. Like,
And not to say I'm mad at those who do that. I mean,
it's your life.
if that's what you want to do, cool. But I'm really upset that there's a lot of people in Bermuda that don't have this space, and that's what we needed to do.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
to just be free.
It had to happen, bro. We had
it's
to open
hard.
those gates because, you know, we are very protective of a gay man, especially a gay black man, because in the black community, we have enough strikes, right? So,
Yeah, exactly.
like, well, we're dividing ourselves more when we look at, oh well, if you're gay, then it's like, what, am I no longer black? Like, am I not dealing with the same things you're dealing with?
Yeah.
Come on,
Oh
let's
my
help
God.
each other
Like,
out.
we
Let's
have
be in it together.
Black people have so much against us already, and then we start infighting, and that really upsets me. Like, so like you were saying, black gay man, like, it's hard enough being a black man. You put gay on top of it, and then depending on what side of the spectrum you fall on the gay line, because like you could be a gay man, and that's fine as long as you don't present feminine, because like if we never have to think about the fact that you're gay, then you're cool. But it's when you present, and I can look at you and tell that you're gay. No, I'm uncomfortable. But why? Like, why is it such a problem? Like,
and don't say the children. Leave the children out of it.
God,
Leave the children and the agenda. Just please.
Let me tell you something about gay and the children and all of that. How were any of us gay when we grew up in heterosexual households? How?
So how were homosexual parents make a child?
You know what I mean? Nobody in my house, like my brother is a cis straight man. My dad is a cis straight man. My mom's a cis straight woman. There was no gay around me. None. And feeling like the way that I felt from my earliest memories of liking women go back as far as primary school. I don't know if I spoke on it on an episode or whatever. I had a crush on this girl and I was in like P1, right? And so in P2, I gave her this Valentine's Day thing. And it was so weird. Like everybody was like, this is weird. Yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, what? I think she's cute. And they say give a Valentine to somebody you like. And I done that. And now everybody's freaking out about it. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is different. This is weird. This is not something I can do. And that puts a lot of pressure, especially on a kid, like having to hide who you really are for so long. It's a hard situation. It's uncomfortable. And it's like, no, when I look back at it, I'm like, I will never let anybody feel like I can't be myself. So I want gay men to have that exact same thing. Like, be you, bro. No matter what that looks like. You want to wear a dress? Wear that dress, because the clothes don't make the man. You know what I mean? If you feel like clothes make you, then that's something that you're struggling with mentally. You know what I mean? Oh, if I don't dress a certain way, I'm not this. You see it all the time with people with money. You feel like, oh, because if you got money, you're going to wear Dolce this and Gucci that. You got Bill Gates and he wears what? A regular t-shirt.
Exactly.
Who knows where that t-shirt came from? You don't see no labels. And guys got money. Money. You know what I mean? So what do your clothes have to do with any of it?
Anything.
Nothing.
But I think me and Dreezy were attracted to femininity on whoever it is, trans, gay man, anything. We like femininity. And I'd say if you guys, all cis straight women, then you're attracted to masculinity, on whoever that's on, I guess, So I think when men see gay man showcasing femininity, it's painful for them because those gay men are showcasing what they like and they can't like it. So you're mad because when I see a gay man very feminine, I'm excited and happy.
Bitch.
I like femininity. But even though I don't like masculinity or I'm not attracted to it, I'm not mad at it.
At all.
Right.
Exactly.
How you can't be mad at it.
This is it.
I just think people don't understand it.
I think part of it also stems from the belief that homosexuality is a choice. So like, I think once we as a whole begin to understand that nobody chooses this, because who would choose to be othered and who would choose to be treated like this? Like once you start to accept that this is who people are, like it's always nice to hold up a mirror because like nobody chose to be straight. You just are. So like why can't we understand that? Like why can't we understand that this works both ways? You didn't choose to be gay. You are who you are.
You are. Right. Because say this to the same-sex animals. Say it to them. I don't know who else needs to hear it. That this is natural, guys.
This is a natural occurrence.
Two women can't make a baby. But we could go out and go get that done. We could go do it. You know what I mean? Don't say that we don't belong together because we can't reproduce. When you have women who have internal problems where they can't have a baby. So what? What now? And you rather say a single parent, You rather see a child have one parent than two parents because of the same tax.
Yeah.
It's like the world is very picky and choosy with what they want. It's very picky and choosy.
And it makes
I
no
don't
sense.
like it.
I just want to know
what
what
it is.
straight man's obsession is with, not all, but a majority of black straight man's obsession is with black gay men. Like, why is it always brought up? Why do you always have to, if you see a black gay man walk across, homosexual man walk across, why do you have to announce it? Why do you have to comment on it? You know, like, it says a lot about you and your insecurities, and a lot of maybe you're questioning your sexuality in itself. Like, why is it every single time that you are presented with somebody that is gay, homosexual, white or black, you have to announce it and make fun of it? Like, please, just kind of get over it.
I want to tell you
how many, like, the DL community in Bermuda is like, I just wish that they would, you know, it's sad that
Just to have the freedom to...
just to live
live
their life, because there were so many, like, I obviously I have Taylor on Snap, and he be talking about, like,
Taylor talks about this all the time.
Like, there are so many niggas that are DL, just let, like, I wish that they were able to just, but I think it's because of the friends, and Bermudians are just so, black people period, but I feel like when you're in a small place like Bermuda, you feel like you cannot, I would hate to feel like I cannot be myself because my niggas are going to come and diss me, or I'm going to lose all my friends, or like...
Toxic masculinity is a huge thing in our community, period. Like, not even just Bermuda, just like any black community, period. Like, men, I don't know what it is about the way that men are raised that tells them that this is wrong. But it's like Kaya was saying earlier, like, you're attracted to a certain thing. So if guys see a femme guy walk by and they look and they're attracted, and then they realize it's a guy because they were brought up in such a way where they were conditioned to believe that this is wrong, they become upset because I was attracted to you and now you're a man, and now I feel gay because I was attracted to you, and now and then because of the way that the aggression is, they become angry and they take it out on you because, like, they're not going to deal with their feelings. So now I'm mad at you and I want to fight you. And that's another thing that worries me, because, like, they're not safe. You're not safe.
But this is trans women, because it's the fact that they have transitioned and they are now their true self, and now you are attracted physically to their true self.
That's the problem for you. You have to...
I'm so mad, and it's named Goyz because we was trying to group everybody with us. We are a mixture of masculinity and femininity, and that is everybody. Whether there's percentage be low or high, you know, like you're a cis straight woman, you might be 15% masculine. Some things you do, you know, that's the thing. But it's like, it's these different groups of that are with us, our trans community, that's being left out. I don't want just me as a gay woman to be doing all right. I'm not happy of the fact that I could get somewhere and I'm gonna be cool. I'm vax. That trans girl over there has to go do all of that. Like, I'm really vax, and that's why Goyz is good for her too, and for that trans man too. It's for everybody, you know. But we're on such a big platform now. What worries me is that it's hard for us to get people to be on this show and to be on this platform. It's hard because. Are the people that you're seeing in season 1 and season 2? That is a sprinkle of who we ask. You know, because not everybody is gonna do that, and it's so many women, so many men that we want to be on this show, and they're not ready for that. You know, and when we message them, because we message people who weren't even out yet, or we know you're gay. You know, not in a bad way. Like, we know, we see you. Like,
come on, baby, it's all right.
We're together in this.
We know. When you know, you know.
When those men or women or whoever decline, that was it. It wasn't no rundown of, wow, da-da-da-da-da. No. Yes, you're going to stay with us. And if you're not ready, then cool, baby. But when you are,
come on over.
Right. That's what I was going to say. The beauty of what you guys are doing is that when these people are ready to, you know, come out and express themselves, they have a safe space, a safe place, a safe community to do that, which prior to, you know, they didn't have. So that is just, you guys are just so amazing for creating a platform for that, because I can only imagine even the people that you have had on the show who feel like, hey, like, I feel like I'm just in this by myself. Like there's no place for me. But you are in Bermuda, 21 square miles. You have created a safe space for these people. So yeah, you guys are doing it. I'm just amazed. Not even amazed, just like
we need you guys help. We ain't there yet because we hope we can really help these people. We need we need stuff. We want to. You got kicked out of your house. Yeah. I want to help you, but so it's definitely turned into that non-profit. We need people to help us help them type of vibe. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But
this is helpful as well because coming on your platform and people like yourselves who are very different from us, you know, showing that support and getting the message out there to other people who may not have otherwise have heard it. So we appreciate that as well because we're just really trying to bridge that gap of understanding so we can all we just all be people? Can we just human together? Can we human together?
Do you have to take up so much space?
We go. It's space for everybody. It's space for everybody.
I really like things like this because representation matters. Like I follow this person on Instagram at Angry Errors, and just like watching the transition because they were formerly female, they're now non-binary. So like just watching them. They used to have a YouTube channel that I used to watch the videos, and they were at the airport one time, and they were saying they didn't know which bathroom to go into because they were Andrew, like they were dressed sometimes masculine, sometimes feminine, but at the time they knew that they were a woman, but the way that they were dressed, they looked like a man. So they were just standing in the hallway and they didn't know which bathroom to go in. I'm like, this is stuff that happens in everyday life. Like this is real life, but I would never know that if I didn't see this. This is not something. And at the time when I watched it, I was like, why wouldn't you go into the girls' bathroom? Like, you're a woman. But like then just watching it and understanding, I'm like, oh wow, because like if they went into the female bathroom, then all the women might feel uncomfortable, like why is a man in here, and then they wouldn't be safe in the man's bathroom. Because there was another time they went like just for a walk to the store, and I think they were more feminine presenting at the time. It was in between, and there was a guy there, and they were trying to holler, and they just went into the store, and whoever was outside, they were like, oh, that was a man, right? And I don't think she was trans at the time. So they went into the store and they came out, and the same guy that was trying to like holler at him was like, hey, just mad, like, oh, you're a guy, and then like Loki wanted to fight him. Like, they're not safe, you're not safe, and that really upsets me because like why can't we just be like, why can't we just leave people alone?
How about you stay in your lane and not yell out to that woman or man if they're not interested in you? Now if they had stopped and for whatever reason, like, and you had that interaction and you felt uncomfortable with the fact that they didn't tell you, that's a different argument. Not to say that it needs to result in violence.
Exactly.
However,
still be respectful.
You know, why you gotta shout out at me and I have to answer to you? Why does that have to be a thing? Can I keep it moving? Who are you for me to have to stop? Like, smile. Or, who are you?
Oh my God.
You're a stranger.
Smile.
You're a stranger. I don't have to do anything.
It's so nice for you to feel like that and for you to sympathize. You know what I mean? With someone like that, when that's you're not in that lane. You know, you're not trans, you're not, you know, but you could be just a human and see that this is unfair and that this is unkind.
Yeah, it really opened my eyes. I'm like, I would never know.
Go to the bathroom as a masculine female. When you walk, bro, I know you felt it too. Like you walk into a changing room or a female bathroom, especially being masculine presenting, and you're like, oh, there's chicks in her that's like, why is this little boy in her? Like, why this little boy's in the ladies' bathroom? And it's a real thing. So I could only imagine for somebody who is trans or transitioning to kind of be like, oh, well,
exactly.
But this is why it looks confusing, because neither Dreezy or I are trans men. You know, rather if we look like it at times, or we look, you know, so the confused between that person's actually transgender and this person is actually just gay, and this person is just non-binary, and this person's just androgynous, and this person, we look different, you know, and it's confusing even for us in this community, because we had a close connection, I guess, with someone who's recently come out as trans, and those pronouns are hard for us. Because I saw you go back and forth when you said she and is and he and is and they and is. I think as a community, and not if you're just trans or if whatever you are, however you identify yourselves, we do not need to put names on people we do not know. You know, because I work at Hamilton Princess, and whether I'm serving or doing anything, I get buddy, I get sir, I get he. You give me so much names, you know, and I didn't say those names you could call me, but you decided that I was your buddy or that this kind sir, or we do it without even realizing. And I think we just have to do better, and not someone who's just trans or someone who's told us our pronouns. Let's just be kinder in the way that we're calling someone or saying, you know, they're just like mindful. But that's what I've been trying to do.
It's very easy to ask, like in that sort of situation. Like I could just ask you, like,
I would much
what
rather
do you
somebody
prefer to be
ask.
called?
Because people sometimes assume that it's okay to call you sir because you're masculine presenting. I was walking earlier and this little boy was coming across on his scooter, and you know, I mean, you guys are in the UK, correct? So you know, kids on them damn scooters. He's coming across with his dad. Excuse me, sir, and then comes across scooting, and then there's another group of people, and he just said, "Excuse me," and I'm like, well. My friend looks and is like, well, why you gotta be sir? And everybody else just got excuse me. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't even be asked right now. Like, whatever. I'm not getting, hey, little boy. Not getting into it. But yeah, it's okay to ask those kinds of questions. You know what I mean? Especially if this is somebody who is close enough to you, you should be able to say, hey, I'm sorry. Would you prefer A, B, or C? Or would you like to be addressed? It's that's as simple as that. You know what I mean? It doesn't hurt to be kind to anybody. Like, we're all humans. We're all in these odd spaces, and you know, everybody deserves that respect. And that's all it boils down to. We can respect one another and not agree. We don't have to like the same thing to respect each other. We're human and together, and let's just do that. That's it.
Period.
Just that simple.
We were talking about the church and stuff, right? And I just think it would be a disservice because the three of us grew up in the church setting, Christians, but you spoke about how you would like there to be better support for you guys, and like creating a community outside of the one that you have, like that people can come and just, you know, support you guys. What do you want from people that are, you know, Christians from the church? What do you want? What do you not want? Because I can just hear the conversations. We have backlash all the time because when we were in Bermuda, we were in the church, we were doing whatever, you know, and wherever we are in our faith, that it doesn't even matter right now. But I just, before I get these comments, because they're gonna come, what do you want to say? Like, just please tell us, the church, because how can we help? Because I'm just about had enough. I feel like I'm trying to do, you know, just guide them and help them to understand, but it's falling on deaf ears, and I would just rather hear it from you guys. So
I think the biggest thing is that if you are Christians or whoever religion, whatever, the first thing usually is love. You know what I mean? And it's supposed to be not judging, but Christians are the one that's putting out the judgment. And it's like, if you feel like what the Bible says, judge not yet thee be judged. I don't know which chapter that was in and all of that, you know, but I know that's what it says. And if we could just stop judging one another and show that love and compassion, because if God is love, that's what you should be putting out there. Because if we're all in his likeness, I'm getting right in the Bible, right? Sorry. But it's one of those things, and those are simple things that we can all do to show that support by just being compassionate, loving, and understanding. Like, I don't know what else you want to add to it, bro, but that's the first steps for me.
Right.
Personally.
And on that, real simple, you don't have to understand this, you just have to respect this. Like, we say it all the time, you gotta understand it, just respect. Because all the things I don't understand, I'm not disrespecting it.
Right.
And it's really that simple. You don't have like
So
if
simple.
we talk about this often as well. Just because you don't understand something about somebody, that may not be for you to understand, but that does not give you the
Exactly.
right to disrespect them or look down on them at all. Period.
Absolutely.
Purple.
Absolutely.
And I think they would get more support if they opened up their arms a little wider. Because then you'd have gay people. You'd have people that don't feel judged going into those doors and sitting there. I'll feel more welcome than anything. That's fun.
And like going
Isn't
into
that
the
how they
doors
want
and
us to-
wanting to help and not to fix, because like you guys are not broken. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this assumption that because you come to church and you're gay, like all of a
Yeah,
sudden
you have-
you want the Holy Spirit
right,
to
you
like
need to be
miraculously
delivered.
stop you
Yeah,
from
you
being
always-
gay. Like
I
That's
don't
just-
understand why people don't understand
It's
that you
so
can
strange.
be gay and Christian.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
what does your sexuality have to do with your faith? Okay, yes, the Bible says. Bible says a lot of things.
I don't even
A
want
lot
to.
of
Anyway,
things.
sure. But
I guess
don't
if
even
you
get into
study
it.
Bible.
If you guys
get
could
me
pass
started.
a note, Ron, for thousands of centuries, and that note be the same.
Dakaya, let's let
Wow.
Dakaya.
That's a telephone book.
come on.
That's a telephone book. That's what it is.
I don't know. I just believe in facts. I believe in facts, and I feel like this world, obviously, it's a god of some kind. Obviously, it's a higher power. Obviously, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be breathing. I wouldn't be doing any of this without them. You understand? But don't give me a bunch of rules. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I don't murder. I don't steal. You know, I'm doing all I could do.
Good person.
You just have to try and honestly, I think that you just have to try and be the best person that you can, because there's a lot of people that's holding up the telephone book, hooting and hollering, who are just not good people. They are nasty and they hide behind that book. Justify the nastiness with that book.
But some people
I mean,
say,
I know you guys have seen it. I know you have had to.
no,
And
but
you
some
know
people
what?
say
The
that
sad
they
truth
leave.
is that we used to be that. You know, if we're being real honest, like we've been in that place where we've just been, we're Christians and you're the devil and everything you do is the devil and we don't want to sit by you. We can't, you know.
But you've
we've been there.
learned,
We've done that.
You've learned,
Exactly.
and you've allowed your
we've
mind to
unlearned.
expand. You know,
Yeah.
you unlearn,
Unlearned
yes,
is the word.
for that matter. And I think that's a big thing as well. A lot of people need to unlearn all these rules that whoever made, you know,
Judgments.
on whatever, or judgments. We need to let those things go, and it's okay to change your mind when you have new information. It's okay.
It's okay
You might have
to
been
grow.
wrong
Stand
then.
by it. You don't have to stand by it. But I think what every Christian person needs is a gay buddy. You understand? Because when that Christian family has the gay son, it takes time. But that Christian family gets to know that gay son and they understand. They you know, or when you don't have no experience with anyone that's gay, you don't love anybody that's gay, you don't know, then I just feel like you're always gonna feel out of touch.
But it sucks that you have to even do that. Like, why do I now need to have this person in my life to be able to respect their plight or respect their lifestyle or respect where they're like, just leave them alone. Just let you be yourself. I don't understand it.
It's
Because
the
even it's
privilege
not
of
like
you
that.
thinking that you can live your life and all that you are as a
Exactly.
Christian, but somebody else that's
somebody
not a
else.
Christian, they have to have certain stipulations and rules on how they live their life. Like, it's just...
It's the entitlement of thinking that everyone else in the world has to live the way that you live.
Not everybody wants to be Christian.
Not
But
you.
that's the whole thing.
Mine
because
is the
that
guilty
causes-
pleasures.
Listen, you know, everybody's got them guilty pleasures, right? But that's another thing that causes all the ruckus, right? Because I'm Christian and I'm Buddhist and I'm Hindu and I'm this and I'm Muslim and all these things of everybody trying to tell somebody else of how they should do it and how what they're doing is wrong because they believe this and they believe. How are any of you wrong? Believe what you want to believe. Believe what you want to believe. Take what's good for you and leave what's not. And that's the beauty of being a free thinking human. You know what I mean? You have that ability. You just choose not to. That's the choice you make. To be
Goyz
closed-minded.
church. I need
Church
that.
of not the church of
Church of
Goyz.
Goyz. Honest.
Not the church of
When are you
Goyz.
guys?
Do we
When are
need
you
it?
guys coming back to Bermuda?
I'll be here next month.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I'm trying to come for cut match, but Lord knows.
I'm trying to go back during that time too, to be honest.
I'm just saying, if we're over and COVID calms down just a little, we should definitely do something. If we do that, we'd love to have you. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
I would love that. We would love that.
Maybe we have to
That would
do
be
a
amazing.
video, like a proper Goyz style video, if you guys as well. Like,
Oh, that would
maybe
be
Yeah,
a
so
or
panel
something you
something.
guys want to talk about with all cis
Yeah.
straight women. That would be great. We don't
Absolutely.
have nothing like that. Well, we
Yeah,
try to
that'd
be very, very mindful of what we say on goyzlane, because we're not trying to sexualize everything. And, you know, we don't want kids coming on her and this is the stuff they gotta read, or this is, you know, just like little baby steps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think
sex.
the more aggressive you are with whatever message you're sending, it might sometimes rub people the wrong way. We want it to be palatable so that you can come and look at it and say, no, we don't make it for children. But if you're confused teenage child or adolescent, you know, somebody who's like a preteen or something, that's like, you know, I'm feeling these things, and can watch something of Goyz and say, oh, this is what I've been feeling. This is what I've been missing. Like, I didn't know that it was okay for me to be myself, and these are the things that I'm feeling. So now you get that representation, because I know I wish I had it when I was a kid. We didn't, you know, it was a different time back then. But to see it and be that for others, that's what it's all about. Just kind of opening that door, but doing it in a way that is mindful and not over sexualizing and making it about what everybody always tries to make it about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, to wrap this up, I guess we're all, to answer your question, I would say, I think we all kind of have the same answer. It would purely be because most people don't leave people alone and don't mind the business. So
That's it.
Just swerving across too many lanes.
Too many.
Exactly.
That's it.
So yeah, if you are out there, you're listening, and you have some opposing opinions, or you agree, please let us know. Keep it respectful, keep it cute. You know how we move. But yeah, we are so excited. Well, I'm so excited. We are so excited to have had you both on the show. We can't wait for more collaborations to come. Thank you for saying yes. I'm just so happy.
This is
I'm
my
emotional
favorite
after these
episode.
couple. Yeah, like we say that all the time. But we're like, nah, this is the one.
Yeah.
Carrie, you say that you're my favorite child and didn't have one child type of thing. When we are friends, guest,
I am the one.
No, I'm glad you guys sent that invitation out. To be honest, like we love to come and collaborate with other people who are different from us, and you know we like to do things like this. So you know, invite us back. You know, we can do this again.
Absolutely.
Have a good time.
Don't say that now. You'll be back every other week. Y'all guys, as always, make sure that you are following us on Instagram at Rules Are Pointless. Hit us up on Twitter at WMTR Podcast. And make sure you watch our YouTube channel, WMTR Podcast, because it's lit over there. And of course, if you are not following goyzlane, then at this
What are you
point,
doing?
what are
What
you
are you
doing?
doing?
Like, it's goyzlane on Instagram. So yeah, make sure you check them out. Listen, if
Follow them on the ground.
like, how could you listen to this whole podcast and not want to check out
Right by the
goyzlane?
end of this, I
Like,
feel like you should search them up because
yeah, just
Come
do
on,
what you need
agree.
to do to better yourself and better the
But-
community. Come on.
enjoy the Kaya Tough Swami.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Please and
Make
thank
sure
you.
you follow them separately. You can follow me, Helena Pipe _ for all things acting, performing arts. You know, we've got some good stuff coming, so check that out.
You follow me at Sakaéla for all your fashion needs.
You can follow me at JustCara _ for all the things.
And thank you for tuning into another episode of Who Makes the Rules.
Bye.
Bye, guys.